One of my friends asked me how to sew on a zipper, so this video is going to be just that. If you already know how to sew on a zipper, then you don't have to watch this video, but this is going to be a very in-depth tutorial. A lot of tutorials refer the pattern side of the fabric as the good side and the other side as the bad side. I'm going to say the pattern side and the non-pattern side as I feel like that's less confusing. First thing that you want to do is line the pattern side of the outside fabric onto the top of the zipper with the zipper facing you. This is going to feel wrong as it feels like it's backwards, but I promise you this is correct. The inner fabric, you're going to also face the pattern side facing down and sandwich the zipper in between. Again, this is also going to feel wrong, but I promise you it's correct because think about it as you're opening it. When you're opening the zipper pouch, you want to see the pattern side of the inner lining fabric. It's important to take your time with this and to really line up both pieces. I have a zipper that is actually longer than my work, and I'm going to show you what to do with that later on. Here I am showing you when you open up the zipper, you can see the pattern side. Once again, you're going to sandwich that at the top of the zipper. I always use clips for all of my work as I feel they're easier, and I tend to lose the needles when I use them, but you can use what you want. But I highly suggest clipping your work or needling it because the zipper sometimes can move and you want to make sure it stays sandwiched in between both fabrics. For this, you want to use a zipper foot. I actually learned on not a zipper foot, but I do feel like it is easier to sew on a zipper with a zipper foot, but it's not impossible without. This is what my zipper foot looks like. There's two sides that it can clip onto, so you can follow the zipper on one side or the other side. Just make sure you know that when you go to clip on your zipper foot. I use a Brother machine, so other zipper foots might be different. This is just how mine works. Under the zipper foot, you're going to line up the fabric where the edge of the zipper foot touches the edge of the zipper. I like to follow the zipper with my finger because you can't really see it inside of the fabric, and go slow. This is the real speed in which I was going. And of course, always make sure you do a back stitch when starting and stopping your work. That is important and you don't want it to break apart basically. Okay, good job. You did one side. Now let's do it again. Touch both your fabrics together. Some people iron it at this point, but I don't yet. I like to pull my fabric tight where both of the non-pattern side of the fabrics are now touching each other. This is the side of your pouch. I think at this point it's more easier to view what you're actually working on. And again, this is just for a pouch. You could sew a zipper on anything, but this is the point of the zipper for a pouch, I guess. And you're going to do the same thing again, but I like to pull both fabrics tight and clip them so that they stay together and that they don't move throughout this process. Once again, the pattern side of the fabric goes to the top of the zipper. Again, pattern side to pattern side. It's going to feel backwards, but I promise this is how it works. Here I'm showing you how I line up the zipper foot to the edge of the zipper. You want to make sure it's lined up so that you don't accidentally zip over the zipper itself, because if you do, you're not going to be able to open your zipper, and I've done that before. Again, just follow that line every time you go down, and this is the speed I go slow. Once you're done, you're going to want to open it up, and you're going to want to make sure that the zipper actually works. You're going to want to make sure that there's no point in which there's strings hanging over. There's no point where you sewed over the zipper line. And this is why I like having a zipper that's actually longer than the project I'm working on. Again, I'm working with a pouch here, so I'm laying both sides of the zipper flat. As in, there's 4 pieces of fabric I'm working with here. Pull them tight, and I like to clip mine so they stay tight, and then you're going to do a top stitch. Because we're doing a top stitch with my regular sewing foot, I like to line that up with the very edge of the zipper so that I have a good enough amount of space between hand. Once both of those are sewed on the side where the zipper foot is not at, I like to sew over that zipper so I can trim it off. I did everything right, and I can show you where I didn't pull them tight enough, where there was extra fabric over the zipper. Luckily it doesn't interfere, and that's okay because this is a pouch for me. And then you can open it up. Everything that felt backward now makes sense because you can see the pattern when you open it up. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm very new to sewing too, so hopefully I can answer them, but if not, I will find somebody that can. And just a reminder, don't feel bad about yourself. You just sewed on a zipper.